So, okay, we will proceeding with the previous um, lesson that we had. We just entered into the definition of functions within Python. So there are lots of materials available online, practices, different ways of doing things within Python, different aspects of doing learning Python. But my understanding is that we're just focusing on those functions, those methods, those um, tools or packages within Python, which are very much relevant to the data analytics, advanced data analytics. So there will be a wide range of other tools, packages, or any other functions will be available to you, but still um, we will be focusing only with on those which were majorly we are using during our advanced data analytics course. So we entered the definition of function, and you learned that the function has a parameter and has a return statement. We can have default parameters within the functions as well. We can have multiple parameters like this. We can do arithmetical, mathematical operations within the functions as well. And we created a very simple BMI function calculated here, a calculation which provides you the BMI for everyone if you provide them with the weight and height, which weight is in kilogram and height is in meters. So we also asked, based on one of your comments, that we have to have a rounded response based on the function. So we did that. So this is how a function defines and a function works within the Python. There are some very important built-in functions within Python that you have to understand. We will be starting with very simple function in Python, which is called print function. Print function, whatever you are putting there, print, so it will be printing for you. So, for example, just uh, if you print, it will do that for you. So, so this is the actually the print function, which is a built-in function within Python. Another function within Python is important that provides you with the length of a string, length of a list, length of a whatever. We already examined this function, but still just want to mention to you that how we will do that. Just simple. If you just run len Python, it gives you 6. It means it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 um, elements in this string. So characters within this string. But it can be elements within a list, or can be just elements within a dictionary. So different things you can put in len. But it gives you the length of the string of a list or whatever. So if you just type, it gives you the type of a specific function. For example, type of what is type of 42, for example, yeah? It is an integer. So what is type of 42.6? It's float, for example, yeah? So what's the type of mm, Python? So it's string, yeah? So different, whatever you're putting there, it gives you the type, data type. We learned about data type. And also there is an input function. Input function is very important in programming. We will be not using it in advanced data analytics, but in programming, sometimes we'll be using it in advanced data analytics as well. For example, input. In input, for example, enter your name, yeah? So if you run this, it provides you this such a screen here, see? Like a program, like an app. Whatever you're putting here, it will be appearing as a label here, and then asking you enter your name, okay? Example, home, you just enter, so that's it. So this is the input function that you're asking that. So you can do it like this, and if you just put it and click enter, so it will be like this. So you should put that space in those here in the main function. Um, you can have functions, different functions, which are very much important during the descriptive analytics that we're going to do. For example, sum. Sum function is very important. You have a list of, for example, 1, 5, 9, 11, 13. Yeah, so you want to have the list of this function. So it will provide you a number. For example, minimum function. Minimum function is very important. For example, you have the similar list here. For example, this list, you have list of numbers here, and you want to know what is the minimum within this. So it gives you one. So if you have, for example, here 3, it gives you 3, for example. Within this list, for example, if we have 12, it will be in not 12. This will be 9. This will be 3. So this will be the sum. And this will be the minimum of it. So similarly, we can, within this list, you understand that the maximum is 13, yeah? But let's examine that. If you just bring this list back and see what is the maximum of this list, currently, you can just understand it by a naked eye, but if you have thousands of lists, arrays available in a data set, it will be very difficult for you to look at all of them and understand what is there, yeah? But Python can do that for you automatically. We have another function, for example, round. Yeah, yesterday we used that. Uh, just assume if you have a pi number, yeah, 3.14, and I think it's 15.9, and you want to make it round to 2 decimal points. So after this, just enter 2 decimal points, it will be 3.14. 3 decimal points, it will give you 3.142, yeah? So this is the rounded. Just 1 decimal point 3.1. So this is how you can make round. Another function is very interesting. It's range. For example, just assume, let's put here 5. The range 5 function is actually, it's a function which gives you elements from 0 to number 5, for example. So that's the range of, just saying, from range from 0 to 5. So all those elements included, instead of, if you have consequent numbers, yeah, from 0 to 5. So you can use that type of range functions. Absolute value, which is very much important. For example, you have negative numbers. So absolute numbers, as you know, better understand, it gives you only just the value without considering the positivity and negativity on the from the number point of view. And for example, we have also sorted function, for example, the same list we have, yeah? So this list is already sorted, but just let's shuffle it and assume that it is 5. And so this is not a sorted list right now. If you just run it, it will give you a sorted list here. So these are some standard functions within Python. Now we're coming to the method. What is method actually? So method is actually, it is all, whatever you learn right now. See, it's all functions. There is a name of the function, and there are parameters. Yeah, and see, the same thing we did. This was our function, my function, and there is a parameter there. Yeah, within this function, we put some calculations. Yeah, we defined it already. So this is our definition. We give it just a custom definition for our function. Here, these are standard functions of Python. Within Python packages, built-in functions, in background, some people because this is open source community developers, they already put such type of calculations, for example, standard calculations, how to find some of these ones. So it says they put a function in the background, And whenever you're asking, you're just calling this function and putting something there, it automatically understands, okay, I have to do the summation. If you're calling this function minimum, it seems that it has to find the minimum element within this list. So this is how community developers, they developed all these functions, built-in functions. There are a huge number of functions, but it's still just, you will be keeping, stick to this one, to a few number of them. So um, these are called all functions. These are defined, these are embedded in the Python documentation. But there are also other types of methods we have. What is method? Method is actually, it is a type of function associated with an object in Python. So method is actually not something that it should be started at the beginning, but it comes after whatever you're putting. For example, just assume that we have now uh, methods. Now, in the method, for example, just assume that we have a text. Our text says what? What does say? What our text says? EDA by mstick. Okay, so this is a simple text here. If I print this text for you, this says EDA by mstick. Yeah, that's good. But if I do that, for example, this text dot upper, this upper, this which comes at the end of the uh, uh, method, objects within the Python, that's called method. See, all these functions, they came at the beginning. Yeah, there was a function, it says built-in function. See, it says built-in function. So these are all functions. Methods, they're coming with a dot point, so using dot notation. So that's called dot notation. Then object, then dot notation, then a method. So you have to understand these methods. For example, if you do that like this, so see, upper means it puts all the text in upper, see, like this. Let's do that, for example, if just exam lower. So it just changed it to lowercase. It changed it to the uppercase. So this is how different methods work in Python. For example, let's text dot. What else we can say? Okay, let's use replace, for example. Instead of we have here EDA, we had EDA. Let's change it to, for example, Java class. Yeah. So this EDA, let's change it to Java class. And see, this EDA, which was in the text, it has been changed to Java class. So this replace gets the older one, replace it with the newer one. See, this is how it works, the replace method. Just let's, another thing I can use, let's use split. See what will happen to the split. What splits does, you have a sentence, you want to split it by words. This is how it divides a sentence into words and then put it in a list. See, sometimes you will need this, so you will understand how it works. And so these are some of the methods that we are using, for example. Um, there are some standard methods for lists as well, for example. So you can, as we used previously, yeah, we had a list, my list, yeah, at the beginning, and we had an element there. So we appended the element there, we pop the element there, we remove the element there, we sort the element there. See in the list above. So those are also, all of them are methods. See, fruits dot sort. This dot sort, it is a method, for example. This pop, for example, yeah, this is method. Remove, for example, this is method. Insert, for example, this is method. So all of these are methods. So we learned some of these methods previously on the lists, but we just mentioned here some of the methods on the text was remaining, so we just updated that. Let's proceed with the methods on dictionaries. So first of all, before going to the um, list, let's understand what's dictionary actually. Dictionary is actually it's a type of list, but with another another. It uses, for example, curly brackets. For example, if I said my dictionary, it will be equal to something like this. See, in the list, you had what? If say my list, you would have just 1, 2, 3. This is list, yeah, and this is dictionary. What is the difference between dictionary and list?
Dictionary.
Dictionary,
Yeah, it works based on key and values. And in list, we don't have any values. We have only like the items or elements.
yeah, who said that? Sorry.
This is me.
Oh, Danish. Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, in dictionaries, we have a key and a value, a key and a value, a key and a value. In dictionaries, keys are very interesting things. They're playing a key role. For example, uh, um, um, in different aspects. For example, why that's important? Actually, dictionary is a type of mm, how can I say it to you? Dictionary is a type of data frame.
Structure for data.
It's a type of data frame actually. Just let's uh, why I'm calling it as a data frame, that uh, because it has a key and it has a value. This key is actually the heading of that column, yeah, and the value is the row within that column. So if we just turn this my dictionary into a data frame, let's see, turn this to a data frame. We should use pd dot data frame, okay, dictionary. Oh, import pandas as pd. I just wanted, okay, let's forget about this. Otherwise, we will be filling into the data frame. The data frame, for example, interesting here is I just wanted to show you a demo of this, that A can be as a column name, one as a row within that data frame. And for example, B can be acting as a column name, and uh, um, and 2 can be acting as a data frame there. So different aspects of turning this dictionary into a data frame is there. But still, dictionary is not a data frame. It's a structure where we have only one key with value. But this value can be extended. For example, we can have a list of values here. For example, we can have a list of values, 1, 2, and 3, for example. And similarly, we can have, for example, number B. Yes, so for B, we can have a list of values here. Instead of just 2, we can have 3, and we can have 4. For C, similarly, we can have a list of values. So this is how a dictionary works. It has different 4 and 5. It has different aspects of one key and several elements. These keys within a dictionary, they cannot be modified. They cannot be, they can be modified, but they cannot be duplicated. And you can have duplicated elements, but you cannot have duplicated keys within a dictionary. So this dictionary is actually a type of data frame, but I cannot say that it's actually 100% data frame, because there is a difference between data frame and between the dictionaries, but just wanted to demonstrate to you that this is how a dictionary works like. Lists, these are lists, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, this is list. List element can be duplicated, they can be twice different types of list we can have. For example, in lists, there is no so in dictionaries, for example, it can be order is not important. Yeah, in list, order is important. So list how the list starts, for example, because if you saw yesterday, we put a list in an order like this. Yeah, see, we put A, B, C, then we put A 1, 2, 3. So the list got A, B, C. See this A, B, C, then 5, then 15. So in list, order is important, because A, number 1, it will be equal to 5. Number 2 in the list will equal be to 10. Number 3 equal be 13, 15. In the dictionary, that's not important. In the dictionary, it's very much important that each key and value, this pair is important. This pair is playing a key role, and it's very important. In dictionaries, it doesn't allow duplication of keys. So keys are very important. Dictionaries actually are the basics of very huge data sets and databases. We will be coming to that, but we are not exploring SQL at this time. So we will be just keeping to what we have right now.
So excuse me, sir. Actually, in my opinion, dictionary is used as a table to store data. Like we have name, the name is key, and we can use a value for that one, like name, it's Ali. Am I right?
You're right. Whatever you're saying, this is how. Yeah, we have a name column, and we have, for example, values there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So you can have name, and you can have a column. Yeah. So name of the column is a table, and then, as you said, table. And in Python, there is no table, so no one understands what's table actually. In Python, people, they are dealing with data frame. They are calling it data frame because there's a specific application they are calling it called Pandas. And within the Pandas, you can create data frames. Data frames are actually created like this. So this way that you're creating data frames. But still, the point is that I just wanted to explore the difference between the dictionary, between the list for you. We will be coming to that, because in Pandas is starting with the basics of dictionary. So we are not just putting that. I just wanted to mention some of the methods for the dictionary that you have to understand. For example, if I have this my dictionary, yeah, so my dictionary, which is I already defined there. I want to understand the keys within this dictionary. Right. So these are the keys within dictionary. So A, B, and C, these are the keys. What does actually these keys means? These are unique elements within the dictionary. All these keys may have different values, so list of values. So dictionary is actually a structure of putting several lists together. So if you're just how to open, okay, simple. Let's open a sample sheet for you to demonstrate it properly and just get it simple. See, so this is a simple sheet. Assume that this is a simple Excel sheet, yeah? And we started from this, yeah? So this one cell. This one cell in Python is called variables, yeah? So we have different cells, okay? This is, for example, A is equal to, for example, this is number 3, yeah? So this was variable A. The value for this variable A was, for example, 3, yeah? We started from this. Then we said, okay, we can have a list of these elements, for example. You can have A equal to, for example, 3, 4, and 5, yeah? We can have different types of lists, for example. Or we can have A here, and which is, for example, let's call it name here, or just number here. And we can have 1, 2, 3 here, yeah? So this is also a type of list, yeah? So this is name of the list. These are the values within the list. Now, dictionary is actually combination of these two, the combination of several lists. For example, we have number. We have, for example, letters. Let's make it A, B, C. We can have, for example, phrases. Let's make it AB, combination of مثلا AC, or for example BC. So all of these are lists actually, yeah. But if you put all together, that's called dictionary. These column names, number, letters, phrases, this is called keys in the dictionary. And these are values. In our case, we have A, we have B, we have C. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. This is the dictionary right now that we are having here. This dictionary. It looks like this. This is actually a table, but Python doesn't understand. Python either understand it as a data frame or understand it as a dictionary. And in dictionary, keys are very important, these elements, because these are the column names. As you see, these are they cannot be 2 A's here. They cannot be duplicated. So these are playing a key role in dictionaries. Let's, for example, say in my dictionary that we have right now, let's see what are the values here. For example, values are 1, 2, 3, yeah? So within a specific values if you have. So my dictionary right now that we are having, let's see what items are there. These are items, see? A1, B2, C3. So these are different items. You can have view of key value pairs, it calls. You can have key value pairs, yeah? So what else? We can, within this my dictionary, we can have an updated. We can update something new. We can add something new there. We can have this curly brackets. Then we can say, okay, I want to add D, and I want to add to D a list of, for example, 5, 6, 7. And now let's call my dictionary and see what's there. So see A1, B2, C3, and D5, 6, 7. So we can just put a list there, or we can just put 7 there, for example. and then run it, can have just 7 there. So this is how the keys and the methods within a dictionary work properly. Um, Now coming to the one of the interesting things in Python that's called packages. Yeah. So what is packages in Python? Uh, Packages in Python, it has a specific definition. Package is a collection of Python modules, for example, containing Python code. It is a package. It is the Python module. It's file of all required elements for a specific task activity we need. So they compiled it all together, and still it is because of those community developers that they have done this properly, and they developed such type of packages. Python is actually an open source program, and it has been developed by community developers. So brilliant people, they compiled all those reusable codes, collection of all those modules, and then they put it together and they call it a package, and has been automatically accepted as a Python package. The purpose of the packages or it's allowed to add powerful functionalities when you're running a Python program. For example, data manipulation, visualization, much more, much more. How to install a package? So, for example, previously I ran something, it didn't work. Yeah, so then I put import and said, okay, import pandas as PD. You see what I have done there? Similarly, there's a very first package in Python, it's called Numpy. What is Numpy actually? Let's see if we install it first. How to install a package within Python? You can just click install and the name of the package. Very simple. I want to install Numpy, for example. If you run this, it says requirements already satisfied. It means Python is installed already. And I'm using Python 3.10 version within this collab notebook. So this is how you can install a package within the Python. Then you have to import a package, for example, yeah. And there are some specific functions and specific methods which works with the specific packages. See, we learned all these minimum functions, sum, name, these are functions, yeah. We understand these are methods, yeah. So methods at the end which comes upper, lower, replace, split, so values, all these are methods, specific different methods, yeah. So these methods, these functions, some of them, for example, what we have used, these are general ones, but if you go in depth and detail, there will be some functions which will work only with a specific package. There will be some methods which will be working with a specific package. So you have to understand the package, and also during you are working with Python in your experience, so you will understand how and when, where use specific function with which package. For example, let's import this Numpy. So we installed Numpy. Now you have to import Numpy. So standard thing, you can import Numpy as NP, yeah. So everyone is doing like that, but you can name it whatever you want. Why as calls aliases for a package? All the time it will be very difficult to write Numpy dot something, because whenever you're calling a function from the Numpy package, you should first put Numpy at the beginning of that function in order to Python understand that from which package you're using that function. For example, I want to create an array of what? Of 1, 2, 3 using NumPy array function. How to do it actually? You see, so if I want to call that specific function from NumPy, I have to first put numpy dot which type of method I'm using, array I want to use. Okay, what is my list? What's my array? 1, 2, 3. But now, instead of writing numpy all the time, and which takes the characters and it affects the coding efficiency, we just defined it as np. So very small. Instead of numpy, we are writing np. Now, what is array? So this is array of 1, 2, 3. Array, it is a type of vector. It is not a list. It is a vector. So so if someone I know all of you study mathematics. So there's a difference between list of numbers and between a vector. So NumPy is actually working with the different types of arrays and vectors and different dimensions as well. So we will be coming to learning that later on. NumPy is one of the numeric computational in handling method, which is a package which is used in Python. We have different other packages as well. For example, we have Pandas. What's Pandas? Pandas is a data manipulation and analysis package. It's called Pandas. How to do that? You have to first import Pandas. Or no, first you have to install Pandas. And pip install Pandas. It should say requirements already satisfied. It's already there. Now you have to import Pandas. Import Pandas as PD, the same as NumPy we were importing. Here you have to import it as PD. And for example, you have data frame, for example, PD dot data frame. See this PD dot data frame. This is a specific function. This data frame is a specific function. Only can be used within Pandas from the Pandas package. You cannot use such a data frame function from NumPy because there is nothing in NumPy. So let's define, for example, we have name, and within that name we have, for example, okay, Ahmad. We have, for example, Bob, and then we have something like age, yeah, and within that age, for example, you have a list of what? One is 25 and another is, for example, 29. And I think that's it. So this will be a Pandas data frame, a simple Pandas data frame. If you call just df, see, I just previously wanted to demonstrate this for you but we didn't import properly the Pandas and didn't install it properly. Now this is a type of dictionary. You see, this is dictionary. Name, this is the key. These are the values. Age is the key, and these are the values. So see, in Pandas, in simple Python, it was a dictionary. Yeah? It was like this. This is the dictionary in simple Python. But in Pandas, if you're using it, it prepared it like a table for you, like this. See, like a table. We demonstrated in Google Sheet. So Pandas is working actually with data frames. These tables that we are saying that there is a table, Python understands that from Pandas type of view, it's a type of data frame. This is the key, these are the values. This is the key, these are the values. So this is how Pandas work. We have another package as well, it's called Matplot. Matplot is actually data visualization and plotting package. So these three packages are playing a key role for data analytics, and we have to understand all aspects of matplot. First of all, you have to install pip install matplotlib, it's called, libraries, yeah, mathematical plotting libraries, yeah. So it says requirements already satisfied. It means this package is already installed. Now you have to import a package. When the package is installed, then you have to import it. So import matplot as plt matplotlib dot pyplot. Okay, so why does this pyplot Python plotting? So we are just, this matplot is a huge, see, these are different types of packages within this matplot. All these rows, see, these are different types of packages here. You have different types of packages. We will not be going deep into what are within these packages. So, but we are just working with the plotting of this matplot library. We need it for plotting. So you can import matplot.pyplot as plt, and when you imported that, so then that's the package that you have. Now you have two lists, yeah. Let's plot something. Okay, plot. I have one list of 1, 2, 3, and I have another list of 4, 5, 6, and I want to just plot this one. What will be? This will be a line plot, yeah? It's a simple line plot. It means one from here. See, this is how you're plotting a line plot. You have 3 points, and for this plot, just connect those points to you. This is a simple line plot. I just run this, but in some programs it won't show you, because in Colab it shows, but in some programs it doesn't show. If it doesn't show, you can just write this type of plt.show. If you could just run this plt.show, it show you the same graph. But here in Colab, it automatically, whenever you're calling a plot, so it works. So matplot is for plotting, yeah. And for this plot, we don't know what to do with that plot. Let's, for example, add something there. We can add a title to this plot. We can say plt, which is this one, yeah, this package. Instead of writing all this, we just put it like this. From plt, I want to define a title for it. I say that this will be example plot. From plt, I want to put an X label here, a name for this X label, yeah. It's called X label. What name I want to put here? For example, I just want to put, I say that this is X axis. From plt, I want to put a Y label name, yeah. So whenever you're doing, we have a data visualization course, yeah. So this is why we are exploring these ones. And if you just now run it again, this will be the title of your plot. This will be the title of y-axis. This will be the label of x-axis. So label of y-axis. So this is how plotting works. Now these were the packages, yeah. Now we will be diving deep into Numpy. Numpy for data analytics. So this is how now we will be, now you understand what are the packages, yeah? Okay. So everything is fine. Okay, well, okay. Now let's take a break. And let me read some of the what you have mentioned. Umaid Mahdavi, you have a question?
Yes, sir. I would like to know about, so you mentioned dictionaries are a little bit similar to data frames. What is the difference between data frame and data structure? Are there any
Data,
similarities?
you know, the dictionaries are for if they're ideal if there is a they're ideal actually for associative data. For example, key value pairs, if there are pairs. So this is why they're using it as a dictionary. Uh, um, there is a huge difference between these two as well. You can, as I mentioned, that the basis of the data frames are dictionaries. Yeah. So dictionaries are the basis of the data frames. But you cannot just directly say that a dictionary is actually a data frame, because on the data frames is actually a specific topic in the basics of understanding of a topic from Pandas data, from Pandas library, from Pandas package. So um, it has similarities, but data frame is a two-dimensional tabular data structure, yeah, which is provided by Pandas library. So it also allows, for example, label data, yeah, with rows and columns. While in dictionaries, then that is not possible. So this is how, from my point of view, the differences between the dictionaries and between the data frames. So what are similar? Similar is the key value structure. In both of them, they're similar. And for both of them, we can use them by keys, access them by keys. But data structure complexity, dictionary is a one-dimensional collection. Data frame is a two-dimensional, so different dimensions having. So operation methods on dictionaries are different, on data frames are different. So now you understand the methods and functions and operations. So for example, indexing, yeah, so both the data frames, whenever you're indexing a data frame, yeah, you have to put the both row and column indexes there in order to get an element. While for dictionaries, that's not that way. So these are huge differences between them as well. The only thing which is very similar, that dictionary evolved and became a data frame actually.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's clear.
So who is now, just let me add them to the yeah, I just forget to tell that we can have a 5 minutes break. Whatever right now I'm doing, it's in my break. So you can have your own break. Okay, Parisa is added. 𝗗𝗲𝘃𝗃𝗀𝗃 is added. Who else? Mario Saidi. Let me add her. Copy. Added. Who else? Yeah, Tawhid John, you have to read it properly. when is the deadline, everything is there. So it's automatically managed by the thing. So نازنین اکبری, I just told you that. Look, جاوید جامی, پریسا, Maryam, and نازنین اکبری. نازنین was not added. Now see if نازنین is added. نازنین is added. Okay. Ismatullah Ibrahimi. Okay, good. You're added. Nida Abusi. Nida Abusi. Added. Nazanin Akbari again. No, you already added there. And Xiaomui. Okay. Okay, everyone is now added. I hope so that there is no problem now. Okay, Ilyas Mohammadi. سوال داری بفرما. نداره سوال.
Hello, sir.
بفرما. بفرما.
You showed us that the data dictionary is working like storing data in Excel. What if has a null data? How can be demonstrated in dictionary?
No, I just didn't tell you that it's working like that. I just showed you that how is just a demo of how the dictionary is actually look like in real life. So this was my defining the way of how you will have an understanding of a dictionary looks like. Because whenever you say dictionary, so in everyone mind it says, oh, dictionary, maybe you mentioned, you know what's a dictionary, yeah? So everyone think of those thick books. But in Python, I just wanted to mention that there is something like very similar to bunch of lists.
I just noticed that when in a dictionary that the number of items inside the array was different from others, and then it get me an error that all of the items should be the same.
Exactly.
Because of that,
This is why if you cannot handle lots of items in lists, this is why data frame comes in.
Yeah.
And this is why we are using data frames in Python using the Pandas package.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. کسی دیگه هم بود سوال داشت. رشیدی.
Yes, sir. Do you have my voice?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, I was going to ask you that, please, can you, sir, extend the deadline of our assignment, which was about uploading a report and other things, because I was not able to listen to the second session of us, although I was present, but I didn't like fully understand it. But today I watched the records of both the sessions, first and the second sessions, so I was able to understand what we were supposed to do on our assignment. And although I have submitted the one assignment which was about some accounts, activating some accounts in like GitHub and other platforms, but the one which was about uploading an a report and doing something in Python and these things is missing. So can you please extend the deadline of this one, and so I will be able to upload it till tonight?
No, we will not be extending the deadline. That's done. You can submit it to report. just as a private comment in a private comment without putting the submission, because submission is deactivated. If I activate it again, it will be activated for everyone. So technically that's done already, but you can submit your report. That's not a problem.
Okay, so like it is not going to affect my marks and these things?
We will see that later on. Just submit me the report. I will see what you're submitting. It depends on what you're submitting. Yeah.
Mhm.
If you're submitting a brilliant report, it will not affect you. But if you're not submitting a brilliant report, so let it be even not activated again. But my understanding is, please, if you don't have time, if you don't have the 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 interest, or for example, you don't understand it, if you don't understand it, you can ask. That's not a problem. So asking is not a problem. Not understanding is a problem, yeah? So please ask
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't understand. Yeah, and one more
Okay, so
question.
after
So,
this.
and the second thing, yeah, let's be very clear. So we're mature people, yeah, and we should not outsmart each other, because I'm coming from a very interesting background. So the extending deadlines and all those, if you're not meeting a specific deadline in a very beginning of a class, so how we should be assured that you have that uh, that uh, 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 interest into taking this class further on? And I understand that there's lots of problems happening with the electricity, with the internet, with the connectivity, with all those things. And we are all keeping into consideration all those hurdles, burdens that you're experiencing your life, and how it works in different countries. So despite all of those things, we are not taking it too much serious. We are taking it very much serious, not too much strict, allowing you to submit even if you didn't submit it on time. But my main thing is that from this assignment, which is a very easy assignment, it's just an assignment of 10 minutes. The main thing is that how you understand what we have explained for 2 hours. So we spent 4 hours last week, and at the end of that 4 hours, so this is the only assignment that we have assigned, that you should at least understand what we have done within that 4 hours. So my main aim is for you to develop critical thinking skills within all of you, and study hard to understand something, not for the sake of marks, assignments, deadlines, all these technicalities. At the beginning of the class, everyone was telling me the language is a problem, all these things, but no one is asking any question later on. If you don't understand anything in English, so later on you can ask me any question. I told you that I can provide you explanations in all different languages. I just listed the languages I can speak, but no one is asking that. Then when that thing was finished, then extending the deadline. It's a very simple and easy task. We will do it later on together. I will show you how it's very easy. The main point in this assignment is how you are turning a data into a data-driven decision based on the wisdom. So this is how the critical thinking works. However, I will be not explaining too much on the assignment. It's already done. So just one more thing. Mahdavi, you have another question?
Yeah, Professor, after the break, could you just go over the creation of the data frame that we used? I'm running my code, but it is not responding.
No, send me your code when it's not responding, or just share me your screen. Share your screen if you have it.
Okay.
Yes. So let's see what's happening there.
It will take 2 minutes, sir.
It's okay. Nurjan Musavi, you already added, I think, yeah? Confirm me if you are added. So he's not here. Shukuhi, I think I didn't add it you. سیاموی زولیدی عدد نورجان موسوی زولیدی عدد Yeah, Muhammad Habibi, if you have a question, please.
Thank you, sir. I was just asking about what tool is going to be used if we are going to code offline, because this the Colab and the PyCharm, I have downloaded it. It is a trial version. So if I want to work offline rather than being online code, so which platform is best suitable for that?
Yeah, offline you should use Jupyter Notebook. We mentioned at the beginning that you can use Jupyter Notebook. It's very easy to use, and there is another software as well called VS Code, but instead of VS Code, you can have VS Code is a bit heavy. It requires a proper computer to run everything. But Jupyter Notebook is easy, and the front end, whenever you're clicking and running it, it runs in just a simple web browser application. So my suggestion would be, I use it a lot, so the Jupyter Notebook, if you want to work offline.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jupyter is not directly accessible it's not accessible directly. You cannot download it. You can do that, but it would be very good first that you have to go to the Anaconda website. Anaconda, then from that Anaconda you have to download the package, and then after that you can install Jupyter as well. So it's easy. If you search, it would be easy for you. Okay, Musavi, Mahdavi, sorry. Mahdavi, show me your Colab notebook. What's happening there? There's name, Ahmad Bob, age. Because you have two names, and for the age you have put 4 elements. See, so just remove 2 1 because you don't have 2 more people there. Okay, now run it. That's good. Now just call the div data frame. We will see how it looks like. Good. Now run it. See, it worked. Okay, we will be starting our session again, and we will be proceeding with the Numpy for data analytics. I hope you now see my screen and you have my voice. Is it okay? It's done?
Yes, Professor.
Good. Let's start with the import Numpy as NP. Okay. So what is Numpy actually used? Numpy is it's called numerical Python. Yeah. So Numpy is type of numerical Python. It is a library, for example, for numerical computations in handling large multi-dimensional arrays. So why we are using NumPy in data analytics and data science? Because fast array operations, this is only possible if you're using NumPy, and it works well with large data sets. So if you have large data sets, it works well, and it's also compatible with other libraries of within Python. So let's create some arrays, for example. What is an array? So if you have, as I said, we have one-dimensional arrays. Yeah. So just assume we have one-dimension array. 1D arrays actually is a NumPy that I will not put NumPy. I will just put NP. I will call this method of array, and then I will put a list of 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is just one-dimensional array. That's it. Yeah. This is a type of vector. Yeah. This is called vector. If you have two-dimension arrays, what is it called? Who can say if we have
We call
if we
it
have
matrix.
Data frame.
map? That's called matrix actually. Matrix have, for example, 1, 2, and for example, 3, 4. And if you just call array, see, this is how matrix work. If you remember matrices, yeah, you can have long list of matrices, but still, this is how matrices work. Now we have some different operations as well, yeah. For example, sometimes you have to create a array of zeros, for example, yeah. Sometimes you have to create an array of ones, yeah. So sometimes you have a range of numbers, and you want to create some arrays based on that, for example. So just let's say, for example, np dot zeros and 4. It will be it is an array of zeros with 4 elements. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how it works if you want to. Similarly, you can have, for example, np creating an array of ones. So it will be all elements within a vector or all elements within a this array will be only ones, but only four elements. You can define this 4, they can define this 5, so whatever you want to define it. So just it's like that. So ones, you can have another number as well. For example, you can use.
Sorry, sir. Why the ones and also the zeros had zero had a dot in front of it?
Then we have a number of. I will come to your question at the end if I finish this, because we are dealing with the integers and also we are dealing with the floats as well. Yeah. So I already explained that at the beginning. NP arrange, for example, this arrange it gets for example a start, then a stop. For example, starting from 5, finishing at 20, and how much will be the step? For example, let's assume the step will be 3. And what will be in the array? See, now this is the array. It starts with 5, then the step is 3. It adds 3. It comes now 8. 8 plus 3, 11. 11 plus 3, 14. 14 plus 3, 17, but till 20, because 20 is not included. Yeah, it's excluded. you can add 17 plus 3, which should be 20, but 20 is not included there. So this is how these different types of arrays can work. For example, you can have array of zeros, but in different shapes, like this. See, 2 rows, 3 columns, 2 rows, 3 columns. So this is how you can define. Previously, we just defined AB is equal NP of zeros, like 5 zeros, yeah? And we called AB, all of them. Let's define AC, and now AC, if you run it, so if we have 3 and 3, so we can have 3 rows, 3 columns, and all of them are zeros. Similarly, we can have AD NP of zeros with 3 and 3, not zeros, but ones. Yeah. And if you run AD, this is 1, 1, 1, 1, like this. See? These are the generated ones and generated, and we have the same as I mentioned at the beginning. So just one. We can have different operations on these ones as well, on these arrays as well. Okay, someone is writing all these ones, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Good. As you mentioned, who asked about these ones and zeros? See, these, whenever you're asking Python, if there is just integer. So if you're asking integer, you can put by yourself integers, yeah? So these are integers which I have put. But there are also another type of data type that they are calling it float, yeah? If you're asking NumPy to generate something for you, for example, zeros or ones or whatever, which or based on any range method, it arranges, it creates something for you. Then at that time, it will just generate for you a floating data type. So that's by default floating data type. So after 1, this dot means that this is a floating data type. It's not an integer data type. So this is why NumPy automatically generates for you floating ones. You got the point why it's there?
Yes, I did. But does NumPy supports also integers, or no? It does support only
It
floats.
supports integers. Why? It supports integers. It's not supporting integers. So then how? I just put here integers. See, I have put all these here integers.
But at the result, we get floats.
No, this is, you didn't get for this result floats, yeah? So how you did get results? I told you that when you are asking Python to do that, there is no float here. See, if you put integer, you will get integer.
Yeah, I get it now.
But
Thank you.
if you're asking the NumPy to do it for yourself, generate something, they automatically generate it in float. Okay.
But
But if you don't want to generate it in float, simply you can just change it here. Just say, okay, don't do that for me, just do it integer. But that's a bit advanced topic. I just don't want to see this. Just generate this one for you.
Yeah, it's simpler. Thank you.
Yeah, you can just but just leave it right now. So yeah, at the you can do that. You can do the changing of those data types there as well. But however, we can have array operations. We can have element-wise operations on arrays, and we can have, for example, statistical operations on arrays. For example, let's assume that we have an array of data. It's equal to a numpy array of, for example, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. And what we want to do? We want to calculate the mean of this data. Who can tell me what is the mean?
مجموع
Smallest one.
با تقسیم تعدادش میلیمتر.
Just okay. No, Danish. I know. Habibi. Oh, Habibi. For sure I know that you you know it. So okay, but you can elaborate it. So there's a difference between mean and there's a difference between, for example, the median that we will be coming to that when we are discussing the descriptive statistics. Mean is actually the sum of all the elements divided by the number of all elements. For example, if I have this number, I can have the sum of these numbers, this list, this 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, I have the sum of this list. Let's say that this is sum of data. Okay, sum of data is equal to the sum of this one. Okay, and sum of data is now how much? It's 100. Yeah, 10 plus 20 is 30, 30, 30, 60, 60, 40, 100. Okay, now how many elements are there? Length of data, purely the learned that there is a length of, you can define the length of data. Am I right? Number of elements, 4. Okay? So length of data means that there are 4 elements. Good? And what is the mean of the data? Mean of the data is actually the sum of the data divided by the length of the data. Good? Now, what is the mean of the data? It is 25. So see, this is a huge operation we have done. See, like this. This. Numpy can just do it simply. Can just call Numpy mean, it gives you the response. So this is how you calculate the mean of the data. Yeah. So Numpy is doing that. Just you're asking np.mean, and then there's data. So this is an array. It can calculate you the mean of that array for you without any problem. Numpy also do the same thing, the sum of the data, as I did previously. Yeah. So you can just ask Numpy to do the sum of what? Data. What is data? Data is a list. See, we defined it here. If you just run it and sum of the data, it gives you 100. Previously calculated the data, it's 100. Yeah. Numpy also can find you the maximum value, for example. Yeah. But then, like we did it before for the lists. Yeah. You can do that similarly. Maximum element is 40. Minimum element is, for example, np dot min of the data and min dot value. We have to call it back, so it will be 10. And interesting, one more thing, data plus 10. This is how it works. See what it has done? If you just say data plus 10, it says it gives all the data. This 10, it do the element of 10 plus 10. So it brings the element of 20 plus 10. So on all elements of this array, it iterates and it adds 10 to that. See, very simple. This is how only Numpy can do that. Others, they cannot do that. The other ones you have to go and add each element to it, yeah, if you're using other things. But Numpy, if you just put a list, an array there and say, okay, just plus 10, it gives you, it goes and iterates on all elements and adds 10 there. Okay, now let's think about reshaping and slicing arrays, yeah? Now think about the reshape of an array. For example, we have an array of np.arrange, as we previously learned. If you run this, this is an array which Numpy generates for you from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not 10. It's excluded. This is how an array has been created. Now, let's think if you want to reshape the array. How you do it? You do this array dot method of reshape and 3 by 3. Let's see what happened to the reshaped array. What it has done. See, 3 by 3, 3 rows, 3 elements. So it divided this range of just a simple vector array into a matrix. It provided matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is how you can reshape an array. So now let's think about the slicing the elements. Slicing elements within the arrays, it's like lists previously, but let's define it in another way. We have this list of this array of this array. We have this array. This is our array. Yeah, this is a list of 1 to 9. Now we have the reshaped array as well. Yeah, reshaped array as well. So this is the reshaped array from 3 rows, 3 columns. Now let's see what is first row. First row is actually this reshaped array 0, like this, like dot. This will be first row. What does it mean? This 0, this is first row. Then comma, then this, it means all of them. So I need first row. This is the first row. Then this is the column. This is the first row. I need only the 0. The 0 means this is the first row. As we mentioned, it's the same rule. If you just say 1, it goes to the second row. So this is the second row. See, 4, 5, 6. If you mention 3, sorry, If you mention 2, it goes to the third row. See, 7, 8, 9. This is the slicing issue of the rows side, and this is the slicing issue of the column side. If I say, okay, I want to, from that array, I want to create another sub-array from this reshaped array. From this reshaped array, which we defined already here, this is our reshaped array. From this, I want to create something else. I want to take only 0 to 2. Okay? And 1 to 3. How will look like my sub-array? 0 to 2. What does it mean? Can someone tell me?
So it is the row. So the first
Exactly.
row,
Row
second row, and
0.
the third row. Yeah.
Yes. Row 0. And from row 0, then
Till the end, I think we have 3 rows there.
yeah. So what does it mean then?
So first row, second row, and third row.
First row, second row, and third row, yeah?
Yeah.
What does this mean?
So this is second column. So
This is
we
second
start
column.
with, yeah,
Mhm.
till third column. So
We
it
don't
is
have
out
third
of
column.
range. We don't have, right?
Yeah.
We don't
But
have.
the thing is that it's not exclusive. Inclusive, it's
Ah,
exclusive.
yes. Yes, yes.
Got it?
Yeah, I
So
got it.
maybe we don't have it. We have only, look, from here, we have to define the range of rows, yeah? I need row 0 and row 1 and row 2. Okay? So I will not write row 1, row 0, row 1, row 2. I will write it just from row 0 to row 2, but this 2 is exclusive. So it will not take this row 2. It will just take row 0 and row 1. Okay. So all these ones will be taken by this slicing portion. So rows are defined. We will be taking row 0 and row 1, not 2. 2 is exclusive. Column. Which columns we should take? We should take 1 to 3. So this is column 1. This is column 1, which is 0. This is column 2, which is 1. Column 1 is actually this one, yeah? Because this is 0, 1, 2. So this is column 1. This is column 2. But we want to include the column 2. So we have to put 3 here. So if I'm going to row 0, 0, starting from column 1. This is column 0. This is 0, 0. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 2. So this is 0, 1 actually. See? So it gets this first element and third element. Second element. See? Which is actually the third because it starts from 0. And then it comes to the second row. From the second row, similarly, it's not getting the null column, the 0 column. It gets from column 1. This is column 1. 5 and 6. This 2 is not included. If it was 3, what will happen? It would get the similar. It will get, this is 0, 1, 2. It will get the last column as well. But that's not included right now. This is how indexing works.
The slicing is similar to the list, right? The list we've studied that.
Exactly, but these are arrays. These are matrices. See?
Yes.
Yeah. So you had only one list there. But right now you have seen you have 3 lists there, this side, 3 lists this side. So actually 9 elements in a matrix. So this is now we're going to this matrix because we're just reviewing the slicing again.
Sir,
Yes, please.
can you please explain this one? I mean, like sub-array and reshaped array in Persian as well, because I really didn't understand anything.
Okay, Psycho, you know what's array نی؟ array را خب میفهمی نی؟ یک وکتور داریم نی؟ چی شد؟
خب
این
اره را گفتن که مثل ماتریکس یک چیز است.
ماتریکس خب نیست دیگه، هنوز ماتریکس نشد، هنوز یک لیست است، یک وکتور است نی؟ یک اندازه وکتوری است که ما شما میریم باز چی میکنیم؟ او رو تبدیل میکنیم به یک ماتریکس نی؟ از اون خاطر باز نمپای استفاده میشه.
درست است؟
چند دانه لیست که با هم یک جای میشه. اولین چیز از این لیست شروع میشه نه؟ از این یک لیست است در اصل. یک اندازه وکتوری است، درست است؟ از اینجا شروع میشه. این حال مثلا ما یک لیست جور کردیم از 1 تا 10 گفتیم. شما گفتیم یک لیست برای ما جور کنیم، یک اری برای ما جور کنیم که رنجش سایز لیست از 1 تا 10 باشه. همیشه وقتی که لیست شما میگین یک اندازه گیری میکنین در پایتون رو آخریش که نوشته میکنین او رو شامل نمیکنه، او را انکلود نمیکنه، او را اکسکلود میکنه، یعنی یکی از او کم شامل میکنه. اگر 10 گفتی تا 9 حساب میکنه، اگر 11 گفتی تا 10 حساب میکنه. خاطر چی؟ خاطر که حساب پایتون از صفر شروع میشه. پیش پایتون در خود کلی پایتون که حساب میکنه و از صفر حساب میکنه. وقتی که خودت انسان ها برش 10 نوشته میکنه، اتوماتیک حساب خودشون از صفر کرده و خیال میکنه که بس از اون صفر که حساب ما کردیم اونمو تا منو صحیح میشه، پیش از او پورا میشه در ذهنش. از او خاطر بسیار اگر به الفاظ واضح برات بگویم، وقتی که 10 نوشته میکنی it's exclusive.
او رو متوجه شدم استاد، یعنی او رو متوجه شدم قسمتش.
خب اجازه اگه بدید من میام. نه ریشیپ به چی معنا داره؟ اینمی یک دانه لیست که شما دارین، یک اری، یک اندازه وکتوری را دارین، یا شما میخواین ریشیپ بسازین برای یک ماتریکس تبدیلش کنین. به طور ریشیپ میسازین، میگین که برای من 3 تا کالم بده، 3 تا رو بده. 3 کالم باشه نه، این یک کالم هست نه به این شکل عمودی، این هم روز نه افقی. صحیح شد؟ یک ماتریکس 3 در 3 برای من جور کنید. صحیح شد؟ سو 3 لیست افقی داره، یکی 2 تا 3 تا. 3 لیست عمودی داره، یکی 2 تا 3 تا. صحیح شد؟ این شد یک ماتریکس 3 در 3 که براتون خود از چی جور میکنه، ریشیپ میکنه، میره ریشیپ میکنه. یعنی به نام ریشیپ تاری یاد میشه. میشه ما می نام از یک یاد کردیم، ریشیپ تاری یاد کردیم. یعنی ما از یک لیست عادی یک اندازه وکتوری جور کردیم، از او یک دانه ماتریکس جور کردیم. حالا آمدیم در ماتریکس مثلا میخوایم که پیدا کنیم که تنها اینمی لیست افقی آخری را برد بتنه، اینی را تنها برد بتنه. اینی را چطور سلکت میکنی از این بینه؟ دیگرانش کار نداری، تنها اینی آخر کار داری. اینی چطور سلکت میکنی؟ به خاطر از اینکه سلایسینگ کنی، یعنی پیدا کنی در داخل ماتریکس از طریق نمپای یک الیمنت، انت یک قوس باز میکنی، میگی که اول رو را لیست میکنی، بعد از او کالم ها را لیست میکنی. صحیح شد؟ اول اندازه افقی، سلایسینگ افقی، بعد از او سلایسینگ عمودی. خب در افقی میگی که من روی نمبر 2 کار دارم. صحیح شد؟ قطار نمبر 2 را کار داری. پایتون از صفر شروع میکنه، مقصد متوجه باشی. ایش شد صفر، قطار صفر، قطار 1، قطار 2. میگه قطار 2 را کار دارم، باز کامل میتی. در قطار 2 کدام کالم کار داری، کدام ستونش کار داری؟ نه؟ وقتی که اینو یک چیز نوشته میکنی، 2 نقطه سردسری به این معناست که کلشه، همیشه all of them کلش کار دارم. اینه که امیره که انتر کردی، فرست رو میخواستیم اینجا دفاع کنیم، سعی کنم قطار نمبر 2 رو برای پیدا کرده، قطار صفری، قطار نمبر 1، قطار نمبر 2، 7 تا 9 کلش برات لیست کردم. صحیح شد؟ فهمیدی که سلایسینگ چطور میشه؟
بله ها استاد.
اینا رو آمدیم به خاطر از اینکه از این خطارا از این ماتریکسی که داریم، حالا ما میخوایم یک ماتریکس دیگه جور کنم، لیکن کلش هم میگیرم، کمش کار دارم. کجا را کار دارم؟ در قطار 0 تا نمبر 2 را کار دارم. قطار 1، قطار 2، قطار 0، قطار 1، قطار 2. لیکن همیشه متوجه باشی وقتی که 0 تا نمبر 2 میگی، اینجا نه، اینجا اینی رو شد نه، پیش از کامه ای طرف هر چیزی که هست مربوط روز، مربوط قطار است. بعد از کامه هر چیزی که هست مربوط ستون است. دینمی ستون دمی قطارا میگی تنها از 0 تا 2 را کار دارم. 0، 1، 2 شامل نیست. مقصد همیشه excluded هست، نه گفتیم شامل نه باشه، آخری شامل نیست. پایتون همیشه از این اینجا تا این اینجا، تا همونجا که گفتی اونمو عدد آخری که تا همونجا همون شامل نیست، یعنی 2 شامل نیست، تنها 0 و 1 شامل شد. صحیح شد؟ 0 و 1 شامل شد. یعنی ما تو یک دونه ماتریکس داریم که دو قطار داره. حال کامه میتی میگی خواهی نال میم در ستونا میپالم. در ستونا چی را میپالیم؟ میگی قطار، میگی ستون 1 تا 3، ستون 1 تا 3، ستون 0، یعنی ستون 0 شد، ستون 1 شد، ستون 2 شد. صحیح شد؟ تو کار داری در اصل ستون 1 و ستون 2 را، لیکن 2 را میخوای که شامل باشه دایش. به خاطر از اینکه اگر 2 نوشته کنی پایتون تنها 2 را شامل نمیکنه، نه مجبور است یک اضافه نوشته کنی، 3 نوشته کنی که 2 را شامل کنه.
باش.
3 در اصل هیچ نیست، لیکن تو باید نوشتهش کنی که پایتون یکی کم کنه که 2 را شامل کنه دیگه، نه 0، 1، 2.
درست.
به این شکل اسلایس میشه. Good. Coming back to where we were here, yeah? So let's see that we have a data. It's called np.array, a list of 10, 20, 30, and 40. That's good. Let's run this one, yeah? Let's put something like mosque, yeah? It's called data, which is greater than 20. Yeah? What is this? This is called Boolean indexing. Boolean indexing means that we have an array. We want to only understand which elements in this array is actually larger than 20. Element 1 is larger than 20? False. No. Element 2, this one, is larger than 20? No, it is 20. It's equal to 20. Element 3 is larger than 20? True. Yes. Element 4 is larger than 20? Yes. True. So this is called Boolean indexing. See? So this is how you can do this Boolean indexing within the arrays as well. So you can say filter data is actually data which is from mosque. And what's filter data? It is only 30 and 40. You saw what happened previously? If you just call mosque, yeah? Mosque is actually a vector. It is a vector. It provides you a Boolean vector here. But if you want to filter the data based on this vector, you know, filter this data based on this vector that you have created. This is your condition actually. You see, this is called filtering based on Boolean filtering, Boolean indexing and Boolean filtering. Yeah. You created a Boolean. You said that this is find me elements which are larger than 20. Yeah. Now put it back into the data for me, and from the original data, just give me the ones which are actually larger than 20. So this mosque is a type of another Boolean vector, would provide you the original vector, but just with true and false Boolean. If you put this back to the main data, this condition, then It provides you with the original array, but only those elements which meet this condition, larger than 20. This is how the Boolean indexing and filtering works. Now, I hope you understand the basic linear algebra with numpys. You know what's dot product? It is type of multiplication of two matrices. If you
Yes.
have a matrix and vector, you cannot multiply them directly. You have to dot product, they're calling it, yeah? So you can use, it is type of their multiplication of these arrays and matrices, vectors, they are calling it dot. We have transpose arrays, and for example, if we have array 1, it is, for example, an NumPy array of list of 1, 2, 3, and we have array 2, and that is an NumPy array of list of 4, 5, and 6. So we have two arrays, yeah? We want to find the dot product of these arrays. So what is the dot product? It's actually the multiplication of these two arrays. You have to just call np dot. Put this side array 1, that side multiplied by which? By array 2. If you just call the dot product, it will give you this 32. This is the product of vectors. It's a interesting thing. You have to learn it by yourself, or I will explain to you in course of statistics. We will be coming to statistics on this. We will be having that there. Now, if we have a matrix of, for example, np dot array of what? 1, 2, and 3, 4, yeah? So we have a matrix. How this matrix would look like? This is two elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is matrix will look like, yeah? What will be the transpose of this matrix? Transpose of this matrix will be this matrix dot T. So now all the transpose, this will be 1, 3, 2, 4. So this will be the transpose of this matrix 1, 2, 3, 4 will be 1, 3, 2, 4. So this is how you can use the transpose in dot products. You can generate different type of matrices and arrays as well. For example, let's call, for example, random arrays, yeah? You can just generate a random Python array using NumPy. For example, random dot rand integer 1 to 10. Which will be size will be 2, 3. Now let's see what is random array. What does it mean? From 1 to 10, which is 10 is not included, I want to generate a matrix size of 2 rows, 3 columns. 2 rows, 3 columns. It just generates for you random one. It's a random thing. So from number 1 to 10, I just need such a type of matrix. It generates for you such a type of matrix with the integers, yeah? Similarly, previously, one of the brothers asked about the floats, yeah? We can do with the floats as well. Random array 2, for example. If you use np random dot rand 2, 3, and let's call this C. It will give you a number between something 2 rows, 3 columns, and just random numbers. But this rand integer, the difference is that in this random array, all the elements will be integers. But in this, when you're just not defining it should be integer or not, it will just provide you with a random number of floating numbers. So you have different floating numbers here. So you can have different floating numbers here. I think this is what we can do with the Numpy. Let's, for example, we can have different. We understand now how to use the mean of arrays, max, minimum values, reshaping, slicing, Boolean filtering, conditioning. So all these things. So different things we can do with the arrays, yeah, with the numbers. Let's on the filtering. Let's just work on a final example. If I have a NP21, yeah, this array. What does this array means? This command, what does it mean? Who can tell me? np.arrange 1 to 21.
This is an array from starting from 1 till 20. It is one dimensional.
It is from 1 to 20. Brilliant. Now, who can tell me how to find the even numbers? You know what is the even numbers within this array?
Yeah, the remainder of that is 0 when it is divided to 2.
استاد میتونیم که استریپ هم مشخص کنیم، مثلا بگوییم که از 1 تا 21 استریپش مثلا بگیریم 1.
استریپ فهمیدم. نه اون فهمیدم، نه even numbers.
even عدد تقسیم اونم عدد تقسیم 2 ریمایندرش باید مساوی به 0 شود. اگر شد که جفت است تا غیر از اتاق است.
تقسیم 2 شود.
خب
ریمایندرش
ایون
مساوی
نمبر اقسام گفتم میتونیم 2 ضرب n مثلا عدد ما هر چیزی که باشه اگر ما ضرب 2 بکنیم و جفت میشه دیگه. فرمول عمومی ایون نمبر مقسم است مثلا 2n. بعدش 2n جمع 1 عدد توقع فرمولش است.
صحیح. حالا بسیار سادهش در پایثون اینمی است. ایون نمبرز هم یاله مثلا نه. ایون نمبرز اونموز که اینمی هر عدد از اینمی array. If we have this elements, each element, if you're dividing it by 2, yeah, and the remainder is equal to 0, then that's even number, yeah? Good. Now let's put this condition. This is the condition, yeah? Everyone is agree with that. Let's put this condition into the main array that we have, into this. And just run it. Now, we will be having a list of even numbers. See, within arrays, so this is a defined array, yeah? So we defined array. Within array, you can have conditions, similar like Boolean conditions that we had, yeah? For example, if you don't put it in the array, just run it, it will give you a vector. This is Boolean indexing, see? It says false, true, false, true, false, true. If you just put this condition into the main array, it will give you a proper list of all those elements which are even. The thing, the one who just responded in regard to the 2n and 2n plus 1, we will be dealing with that in statistics, and I will tell you that instead of using Numpy, there are other statistical packages that you will be using there as well. So this was in regard to the Numpy. Any questions? Today's session is completed. Thank you very much.